You've reached the place when you're ready to hire. Great. Now, what do you do next? Find out on this episode. Hey y'all, I'm Kendrick Shope, creator of Authentic Selling, the #1 sales process for your business, which allows you to get more customers, make more money, and have the freedom to live the life you want to live. For tactical, practical, proven, strategic sales solutions that work for your business, ring the bell and subscribe. You may be thinking, what's love got to do with it? I mean, what's hiring got to do with selling? Who needs to hire? Okay, I get it, right? This is a sales channel. So what's hiring got to do with selling? Well, quite simply, this is a question I'm asked by people all the time once they start making money in their business. They start making it rain, and then they're like, I have so much to do. I don't have any of that freedom that we've worked so hard to create in my life, in my business. I need to hire. So when do you hire? How do you know when to hire? All right, so this is a great question, and one that I think is not talked about enough in our industry. I kind of feel like we are at a little bit of a disservice because we follow our passion as entrepreneurs, and we refuse the status quo. We say, we're going to be braver than our neighbors who are playing it safe but miserable, and we go out there and we declare to the world we're starting a business, and many of us don't have any business background. So it's hard to know when to hire and how to hire. So I'm going to give you some tips today on when to hire so that you keep more of that money that your sales are making for you. Step number 1 is don't wait until it's too late. How do you know when it's too late? When you are ready to throw money at the problem. This is a confession time. I have never, not one time, told this story publicly. I'm a little sick thinking about telling it right here, right now, but I'm going to tell it. The first year that we hit $1 million in sales in this business, I overextended myself to the point to where our expenses were over $1 million. So I literally made $0. We sold $1 million, yay, us! But I sold so much so quickly that I had to hire this entire team to help me deliver it, and I ended up making no money or just breaking even. And I was just throwing money at the problem. So that is one mistake that people make. Mistake number 2 is don't hire too early. If you take hiring seriously, you are paying for someone's livelihood. You are paying for their rent. You are paying, and it's don't misunderstand what I'm saying. They have some responsibility here as well, but don't hire too early. There are some things you want to do before you hire, and we're going to talk about them today. So how to know when to hire? Well, one of the biggest red flags that it's time to hire is this. You just have too much to do. And like we said at the top of the video, you are missing some of that freedom, that hard-fought freedom that you sought, that you've worked so hard to create in your business. Number 2, there are things that you loathing, unadulterated loathing. There are things you loathe doing. And number 3, there are things that you are not good at. Now, you may be a jack or a, what's the opposite of jack? Janelle of many trades, but there likely are some things that you ain't good at, right? I got plenty of them. The list is long, long, long. I was just saying to our director and producer, I don't know why I waited so long to film all of these videos professionally. I feel really ignorant, really stupid, if I'm being honest, that I waited so long because I love filming, but we're told anybody with an iPhone can film. And while there is some truth to that, the quality just isn't what I wanted for you when you tuned into this channel. What's all this got to do with you and got to do with hiring? Well, here's how to know when it's time to hire. And I wanna preface this with, I know how terrible this sounds. It sounds awful. And when other people have told me to do this in my business, I gotta be honest with you, I rolled my eyes and thought, really? Ain't nobody got time for that. I'm already time poor. How in the holy wide world do I have time to do this? I'm already out of time. That's why I'm looking to hire. So I get how awful this exercise is, but having done it multiple times, I can tell you it is worth your time. So step number one, before you ever hire anyone, is track your time for 2 weeks. Track your time. And I literally mean when you are setting up lights, when you are writing an email, when you are checking social media, when you are creating pages and pages and pages of content, track your time. Create a Google Excel sheet and just write down. Checked email from 9 to 9:40. Sent emails from 10 to 10:40. Wrote sales page from whatever. Track your time. Then you're going to go back after 2 weeks and group your time. And you're going to group all of the activities that could, don't know why I did that, all of the activities that could go together. So maybe there is loading emails into your CRM and creating funnels in your CRM. CRM is customer relationship management. Or maybe there is doing the books and also paying your taxes. So group things together. Maybe there's writing sales page content and there's writing weekly emails. So writing goes together, and go back and color code that. So all the writing stuff goes together, all the math stuff goes together, all the customer relationship management stuff goes together, all the customer service stuff goes together. Then you got one more step. Go in and put a check mark or an X by anything that you loathe doing. Loathing, unadulterated loathing. What do you loathe doing? I'll give you an example. When we were filming these videos, when I was filming, well, it was a team. When we were filming these videos and I was sending them off to be edited, I loathed the export process. Now, I know we got the new M1, M2 processor, all that fun, sexy jazz, but I loathed it. Something would go wrong every single time, and it would make me angry. Something else I loathe doing is checking email. Haven't found a way to outsource that yet. But my point is, make an X by all the things you loathe doing, and then put an X or a double X by all the things that you're not an expert at. So for example, I'm not an expert at social media. I can teach you how to sell on social media, but there's a whole other gamut of social media requirements that I don't want to touch. I'm not an expert at it. I'd rather hire it out. I don't want to be an expert at systems. It's not what I get paid to do. It's not a good use of my time. So that would get a double X. Then you go back and you look at one other area, and that area is what's lacking in my business. So you may look at your last 2 weeks of work and you say, well, I spent a lot of time writing, but no time engaging with customers. I spent a lot of time writing, but I actually didn't have any sales calls. I spent a lot of time doing the books, but I didn't actually close any customers. So is there an entire area of your business that you need to work on? And how are you going to work on it? Then when it's time to hire, you take all of that information and you're going to make such a more intelligent hire with that information. Meaning, maybe you look at that and you're like, okay, I need to hire a VA, I need to hire a videographer, I need to hire a copywriter, I need to hire a bookkeeper, but I only have the budget for one. Okay, great. Which one's the most important? And when we look at most important, we need to check some boxes. You know, does it free up more of your time for you to do what you're good at? What brings money? Absolutely. Okay, great. That's probably worth a hire. Does it take something off your plate that you abso-freaking-lutely loathe doing? I can remember when I was brand new, I wanted to put this video together. I had this idea in my head of this marketing video with this red hair, and I spent hours, y'all, hours using iMovie. I mean, taking sound out of one thing, putting sound in another, and it was subpar at best. But I spent maybe 4 days trying to put that sucker together. That 4 days is something that our current and forever, if she'll have us, videographer, director, producer, could have done like that because she went to film school. I lost 4 days when I could have been marketing and selling. So does it take something you loathe off your plate? Does it free you up to do something that brings in money or that you love? Does it fill a need of a skill set that's missing in your business? If you look back over the last 3 months of your business and you've only had 3 sales calls, You likely need to focus on selling and learning to sell and getting customers to find you before you ever hire anyone. You're likely spending too much time somewhere. And not enough time on sales. So these are the things that you do before you hire someone. What need does it fill? What problem is it trying to solve? Does it take something off your plate that you loathe? And does it free up time for you to do something that you love? So I know how awful it is to make those lists and track your time, but as sure as my hair is red, it is the safest way to hire because it's going to save you money and allow you to make more money. So let's get started. But before you do that, will you please ring my bell? Ring my bell. Never miss a sales tip. Make sure you ring the bell and subscribe to get tactical, tangible, practical sales solutions that make your business money. I believe in you and I believe in your business. Bye, y'all.